Hey guys, remember the TSRC Q8 drone? I had some problems with this drone. As you might recall, I had the SD card kind of just fell down into the body of the drone. I couldn't get the SD card into the slot. Well, they sent me another drone, and you know what? This one works perfect. That SD card fit in there just fine. So we're going to take this guy out and we're going to give it another shot. Now, one of the other problems that I had was that I couldn't get an FPV feed, and that turned out to be because I did not have my phone in airplane mode. Well, I know that now, so we're going to get in airplane mode, and we shouldn't have that problem. The other thing is you notice, as you might recall, when I flew it out, it would get out to about 35 meters, and I couldn't get it to go any further than that. It would just come to a stop. That, I'm 90% sure, was my own fault. One of my viewers pointed that out, and I'll show you that when we get into the app. So let's give this drone another try. Let's fire it up again. Let's take off, and we're at the same location we were before, and we'll just fly it around a little bit. It's a little bit windier today, but it'll be all right. Okay, here's the little drone, got it all unfolded and ready to go. Again, it will record to the micro SD card, so I'm anxious to see what we get. Now, that said, I don't have high expectations. There is no gimbal on this drone, so the video is going to be shaky. But I think it, other than that, it should look okay. Yeah, it's a sub 250 drone, so you don't have to worry about registering it or anything. Let's get it fired up here and let's get it in the air. Okay, I'm fired up here. Let's start the TSRC app. And of course I have it upside down, so I'm gonna have to swap on. I don't know if you can see it's upside down the way I've got my phone in there, so I'm gonna have to turn that around. Okay, we appear to be all connected here. I'm gonna click Q8 on the app. And yeah, let's go right into controls. And it looks like we've got 14 satellites, but we don't have an FPV feed yet. That's the problem I ran into last time. And then as soon as I turned off, put my phone in airplane mode, it seemed to work. So let's go ahead and double check and make sure that, that I have a Wi-Fi connection to the drone. Okay, so I did not have a Wi-Fi connection to the drone. What I forgot about is they sent me another drone, so it's going to be a different Wi-Fi. Click on Q8. We're going to click on controls. And there we go. Look at that FPV feed. So yeah, again, I forgot that because it's a different drone, I needed to reconnect to it. So yeah, there is no reason that we can't take off. Let's see if we can fire up the motors. And they fired up easy enough. We're going to click that auto takeoff button. And there's the drone. Let's pick it up here a little bit and turn it around and bring it to the camera. And it may, yeah, this, boy, I'll tell you what, this picture, I just flew another drone, a little kind of a toy grade drone. And I don't know, I'd even consider this one toy grade really, but boy, this one flies a lot nicer and it's got a lot better picture on it. So one of the things that I want to point out is one of the mistakes I made was right here. When you're looking in, and you know what? I may have to land it to adjust this stuff. In fact, I think that I probably do. So you can see where the flight distance is at 30 meters. I need to readjust that. So, and I did the last time, but what I didn't do is I didn't save it. So let's go ahead and land the drone again. And boy, this guy lands hard. And I should then be able to adjust this. Maybe. Oh, we'll take it out of beginner mode. There we can adjust it. So maybe I didn't have to take off. So I want to put distance on there. We've got it over half a kilometer. We're not going to fly that far. Flight altitude, we want to go max, or 120 meters is max. And return altitude, I'm going to set that a little bit higher. I'm going to set it up to about 30 meters. Actually, I'm going to set it up to about 35 meters, and that way I know it will get over everything. So what I didn't do last time is see that save button at the bottom? I did not hit that save button, so we're going to hit that. Set successfully, so we shouldn't have any problems. So let's go ahead and take off again. So again, click on Controls, and look at that, there's our FPV feed. And it's giving me a message that I am struggling to read. I'm going to get in the shade. Yeah, so it wants to format the card. So we're going to do that right now. So we're going to confirm. SD card is being formatted. That's what we want. So that's taken a little more time than I would have thought. But there we go, it's done. So again, I am, yeah, it still says it needs formatting. So as you can see, we did just format it, so I don't exactly know what to say there. We can hit it again and see if that'll go away. Status formatting SD card. SD card is being formatted. So, you know, I'm just showing you this, guys, this stuff because, yeah, okay, so now it says formatted successfully. So we should be good. Just had to do that a couple times. I'm going to switch it, yeah, and there we can see, you know, we've got how much room we have on the card. I'm going to switch it into video mode. I'm going to start video, and started video, did that on the app. Let's go ahead and see if we can take off again. I can't remember if I need to, the last time I fired up the motors, but let's just hit the takeoff button. Yeah, no it doesn't. You got to go both sticks down and in to fire up the motors and then hit takeoff. And there we go. Drone's in the air, and you can see it kind of moving around there a little bit. Let's pick it up and bring it in to the camera here a little bit. Boy, I'm having a lot less trouble than I had on that first flight. And of course, without, you know, obviously I couldn't even get an SD card in it last time. But the other two problems, you know, again, one of them was my own fault by not saving the flight distance, and the other one, I wish they need to put into the instructions that you need to put your phone into airplane mode. But let's quit messing around. Let's do a droney. Reverse and up. And it's doing okay. I'm moving it the other way. It was kind of heading towards the cell phone tower there, so I moved it a little bit different direction. But look at this. Hey, you know, we're out there. Let's see if we can get over 100 meters. And we can. And yeah, I mean, guess what I'm going to tell you is this is not a drone that you're going to fly long distance, right? This guy is a this is a drone that you're going to fly. Again, we're on almost 150 meters. This is what this drone is made for. You're not going to fly this drone 2 miles. Let's see if I can change the speed mode. Yeah, I think that put it into high speed mode. So let's go ahead and click it forward. And let's see, and of course you see the camera tilts down there. I'm trying to point the camera up, but we can't. Let's see, we're going about not quite 6 meters per second. But yeah, it's headed into a headwind, so we'll turn it around the other way. And I'm just trying to look on the app here if it tells us what the speed mode is. I'm not seeing on the app, but I heard 3 beeps when I adjusted that speed. So I let off the throttle there. Let's go ahead and turn it around. And we're going to go back the other way, and I predict we're going to get a much higher speed. And I'm going to see if I can, I'm trying to pick that, no, that's, yeah, I'm trying to pick the camera up, tilt the camera up. Yeah, and I'm not really getting any movement on the camera. Oh, that's the high-low. Shoot, I was doing the wrong dial. Okay, no wonder. Okay, there's, oh, folks. Yeah, so the dial is on the opposite side for the camera than it is most drones. So here, the speed mode is on the other side. So I don't know what speed we were in. Let's that's 2. Let me click it. So that should be high speed mode. Okay, we're going to try this one more time. Let's go this way, and I'll bet we'll see a little bit higher speed. Yeah, and we do. It's up to 7 meters per second, so that's about 16, 17 miles an hour. That's pretty good. Let's see if we can fly it out over the other schoolyard here. I'm having a much better experience with this drone this time. This thing flies okay. You know, like I said, some of the issues I had last time were purely operator error with regard to how you set the limits on the drone. You have to remember to hit that save button, and I'm not used to that. I'm used to just sliding those sliders on most of the other drones I own. So, you know, make sure you look for stuff like that. So we're over the top, and yeah, my FPV is getting a little choppy now, but you know, otherwise it's okay. So that's a pretty good look right there, isn't it? And we're out almost 300 meters, and I got good signal. So, man, that's all you can ask from a drone like this. Okay, let's, I'm gonna try and change that speed mode again. So this should be low speed mode now. And see if I can, oh, I went the wrong way with the camera. There, pick that camera up a little bit. So full stick forward, and let's see how fast it goes. And this is gonna be a lot slower. Although, it doesn't appear to be. It is about 5.5 meters per second. Okay, let's click it into high speed mode. This is high speed mode now. You heard the 2 beeps. Let's click it forward again. And it does. Yeah, look at, we're 8 meters per second right now. So yeah, that's nearly, I don't know, that's about 18, 19 miles an hour, something like that. And you know, what I'm seeing on the FPV feed looks pretty good. Drone's just about right above me now. And let me turn around the other way to make sure I'm facing the drone with the controller. I just now realized I had the antenna. I didn't have them unfolded, so you know that also says something, that we didn't have any connection problems. I had the antenna folded up, but what it also says is only one of those antennas is functional. Only one of them has a wire in it. So anyway, I got those unfolded now. Flat part of the antenna facing the drone. So I don't know. Somebody else can do a range test with this guy. It's not going to be me. And so we're coming to a stop there. And you know, the FPV got pretty choppy there. Let's see if we can spin it around. Yeah, it's pretty frozen up. So yeah, I can't even really, okay, now we got it back. Let's see if we can turn it. Yeah, yeah, I'm struggling to get FPV now. It's locking up. So hitting the reverse button. Yeah, and I'm just completely froze up here. So I'm going to move around a little bit. See if I can get connection back, because it's frozen. There we go. There we go. Okay, now I got it back. Yeah, so what I'm going to say there is I had a tree right behind me, so I'm going to give it the benefit of the doubt there. So that was me dropping the camera down a little bit. Now let's pick it up, because we're going to go forward. And let's go full stick forward at about 7 meters per second. Okay, we've got about 49% battery. Let's bring this guy down and let's look at some of the other features of the drone. But mostly I wanted to give you a good look at the video quality, etc. Drone's right about above me here. Let's just drop it down. This thing flies pretty good. I'm just, you know, it's not, if you're looking for super precise controls, you better buy a more expensive drone. But for what it is, it flies great. It's, you know, you can see I've got the left stick full down and it's not descending terribly fast. Some drones will descend faster if you move forward. I don't know. But yeah, it's, I got it pointed at us here. Let's bring her down. And we're going to see if we can, what we can find in the intelligent flight modes. So you know what? I'm just going to leave the drone sitting right there. I'm going to grab the camera, the action camera. So I'm going to try and I'm going to walk out into the field here. So hopefully you can see the drone there. What are we at battery-wise? 44%. So we're going to have to hurry here. If I have to, I can throw another battery in it. Let's back it up a little bit. And you can see the drone, and we do have a little bit of wind today. It's a fairly pleasant day temperature-wise, but we do have some wind. And I'm backing it up, trying to hold the camera and backing the drone up at the same time. But I wanted to get out here because when you try some of the intelligent flight modes, you want to have some room. So yeah, I'm just holding the action camera up, so I don't know what you're going to see here. But let's go ahead and click on the those little squares in the bottom left, and it should give us a menu here. And why am I not seeing anything on the menu? Nothing on the intelligent flight mode menu there. You know, maybe I need to stop recording. So we're going to stop recording. I'm going to see if I can do that on the controller here. Well, I don't think that did it because I still have a red light on. Well, maybe it did. I don't know. There we go. Well, I know I touched it and that did it. Oh, we took a picture, so that's good. We needed to take a picture. I'm going to switch it back to video mode here. And then let's click on that little box again. Now, it's still blank. So I don't know why we're not seeing any of the... I know it does have some orbit flight and I thought some other capabilities. We're not seeing them. You know, I am seeing that there's a landing button at the top there. Gosh, I just wish, I really wanted to show you some of the intelligent flight modes, and I don't know why we don't get them on here. Well, that just is what it is. Wonder if I touch that part? No, it just disappears when I touch it. So that's just going to be a little bit of a mystery. Let's go ahead and switch back to video. Video mode, start video. Well, okay. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to do a manual orbit here, and I don't know how much of it you're going to see on the Action 2 or the Action 4 camera, but let me see. Let's see if I got this. What mode have I got it in? I want it in slow mode. There we go. I'm going to drop the camera down just a little, and I'm going to see if I can do an orbit around myself. And yeah, I think we're kind of doing okay. Not getting that yaw quite where I need it to be, but yeah, I kind of over yawed there. Let's try that one more time. See if I can just do a orbit and just about ran into myself there. Okay. Let's try that one more time. It's, like I said, the controls are not maybe as precise as what you might hope. One more time. Oh boy, it's really, the thing is that it banks really fast, and this is a little bit better. Yeah, okay, that's better. And then also the yaw can be kind of fast too. So anyway, that's about it. It should go into return to home mode here. Let's see if we can fly it out here a ways and get it into return to home mode. Hey, one of the things I want to point out to you, I'm going to fly this guy up and show you something. So people give me a hard time a lot about this cell phone tower over here. I'm going to pick this drone up and grab some altitude. and we're going to do an orbit around that tower. And the drone may very well, we're down to 23% battery, so it may go into return mode. But I'm going to see if I can do an orbit around the tower. And you know, I've had a lot more expensive drones, and I fly them and I'll get disconnections, and people tell me, they say, well, didn't you see that cell phone tower over there? Yeah, I did. I fly a lot of drones over here, and look at this little drone. It's less than $150, and it doesn't have any problem flying in this area here. So let's go ahead and back it up. What I'm trying to get the drone to do is go into low battery return to home. Okay, let's do a reverse from here. Reverse and up. And let's see if we can force this drone into a low battery return to home. And we'll see how accurate it is. I let go. Yeah, so there it did. Look at that. That's what I wanted to see, and it's doing exactly what we want. What's funny is it's doing it. It's flying back to us in reverse, but that's okay. That doesn't matter. It's coming back to us, and that's what matters. And it's staying at its 48-meter height, and it's almost home here. So I need to get back to where our landing pad is. Yeah, it's right above us here, and it's starting to descend. I'm glad we got to try that, because that is exactly, so you can see the drone coming down. I am gonna be ready on the upstick in case, because I don't want it to go into the tree here. If it's not entirely accurate, it could hit a branch on this tree, but we'll see. I think you're going to be okay. I always get worried when I'm next to this tree here, but it's fine. It's not going to hit the landing pad, but as you can see, it's pretty close. In fact, yeah, it's in landing mode. It's right next to the tripod, and there it is. So let me just show you, back up here so you can see. There's the landing pad where it took off. There's where the drone landed. There's my tripod. So yeah. Hey, okay, the TSRC Q8, much better experience this time. It flew just fine, and as a matter of fact, you know, I showed you how to save those flight distances when you adjust those in the app. You got to remember to hit that save. Make sure your phone is in airplane mode when you take off. That way you'll get an FPV feed. I had to format the SD card on the drone a couple of times. I'm not sure what that was about, but we got it done. So I'm anxious to see what the video looks like off the SD card. It looked pretty good on the FPV screen. It's shaky, as you can expect. There is no gimbal on this drone, so it's going to move around with the drone. However, you know, color-wise and exposure value-wise, it looked pretty good to me. The drone flew great. You know, I took it out I think the farthest I took it out was 300 meters. In front of me, it did fine. Now, when I got it behind me here, I'm going to step back and tilt the camera up so that you can see this tree here. So this tree was between me and the controller when we were going the other direction, and I think that's why I lost signal when I was going that way. The other thing that I think is remarkable is that I was partway through the flight before I remembered to unfold the antenna. Now, only one of those antennae on that controller has a wire in it, so only one of them really works. But I had them folded up, and we didn't have any connection problems. And again, I want to point out the cell phone tower that's kind of behind the camera here now. People just give me such a hard time about that cell phone tower. If I ever have a problem with the drone or anything, well, look at this. This drone is, you know, just barely over $100, and it didn't have any problems flying around that cell phone tower. So I'm just saying, I don't think it's an issue. Again, I want to look at the video off the SD card. The return to home worked perfectly. We forced it into a low battery return to home, flying it out there. You know what? It just came right back. Now it flew backwards. I don't care. It's coming home. That's the main thing. And yeah, the only other thing that I struggled with was the intelligent flight mode. You saw me click on that little part of the app, and where I know it's supposed to have some orbit mode and some other things. There was nothing in there, so I'm not sure if I was doing something wrong or what's going on with that. If I figure that out, we'll throw another battery in it and do another flight and try that stuff out. But yeah, for the price for a starter drone, I'm telling you, these little, you know, around $100 drones, they're getting better and better. And this is definitely a drone that if you're just thinking about getting into GPS camera drones, this one does it. And oh, by the way, speed-wise, we put it in high-speed mode. It moved along pretty good. So yeah, I mean, I don't know. I had some complaints before, but I don't really have any complaints now. I thought it flew great, and I had a good time with it. And oh, by the way, a fellow named John is who sent me this from TSRC, and he sent me this replacement drone. One of the things that he told me is that he wants me to include his email address in the description, and I will. So in the description below, you'll see his email address. And if you buy this drone and you have any problems with it, contact him, and he'll help you through it. So that's customer service. So I appreciate that. And I appreciate him sending me a replacement drone after the original one I had that had some issues. So anyway, that's about it. This is Marcus Crawford with the Idaho Quadcopter channel out. And if you like this kind of content, please consider subscribing to my channel. Most of all, I really appreciate you taking the time to look at this video. And of course, we'll see you on the next one, the TSRC Q8. See you guys later.